And a good morning and welcome to that show, that breakfast show, tailored just to help you get your week started. Welcome, it is Wake Up Nigeria.
And guess who's back? Back again.
Of course, Tutu is back. Sorry, Titi.
Wow, you forgot my name already?
You were gone for so long, I forgot your name.
Wow, seriously? Tutu, really? Anyhow, it's great to be back, everyone. It's going to be another beautiful day, and our Monday editions have never been better. A big shout out to everyone that was holding it down while I was, I was in the Bahamas. I was on the beach.
How was that? Pina coladas and
sunbathing.
Just messing us up because it obviously shows that something went wrong at the borders.
I went for a tummy talk and butt lift, but we have some amazing stuff weaved into today's episode just for you.
You bet. Yes, embrace the week. It's full of promises. Say goodbye to the old and welcome to the new week with a smile.
Yes, so honestly, there's so much planned for you on today's show, and we're super excited to be back on your screens.
Yes.
Now, this is what we love to do.
Absolutely.
We love to be a part of your morning routine.
Especially on Mondays. Now, I know it's definitely going to be an awesome show with us here, so stay tuned with us through it all. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinso. Don't forget to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send in those comments,
that our delectable Radio Mary is standing by in the kitchen. Oh, look at that. So graceful. We love her always.
Yes, I'm in a very good mood this morning.
Absolutely, we can see this.
As in, and I don't know what has happened in I was the one that went for work on my body, but Mary is looking.
Now, Mary doesn't need to go no place. She just, she wills it and it happens.
Like, she just looking hot.
It's okay, she's feeling too much. Please, can we go on?
Sizzling. It's too early in the morning.
I don't
the
like
week is just starting.
I want the attention on me for a second here. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, you're not looking too bad. Don't worry, You're all right. You're all right.
All right, guys, you can also download our mobile app for any Android and iOS store to watch us on all your mobile devices, anywhere you might be in the world. Remember,
we strongly recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's TVC Entertainment. And of course, on YouTube, we have so many great videos that we just compiled right there for you.
Yes. Catch up with us on Fridays at 2:30 p.m. Always fun to be with you guys when we can interact as we bring you something a little extra on IG Live.
So, what better way?
Mary felt that. Mary went like,
I flinched. I was like, oh my gosh. 500,000 naira. That was the first flinch. 500,000 naira on clothes in 2 hours.
Goodness me.
It's enough for the man to get really, really wild. If it was your personal money, maybe you wouldn't mind so much. But money you worked so hard for, you can even see him like he's just coming from work, all sweaty.
Guys, spend money on your woman, Jerry.
Seriously, please.
Keep them happy.
Here's an appeal to you.
Hey, I let her.
To ensure you spend 500,000 naira on clothes in 2 hours.
She's got the cards.
The issue for me is, if you're gonna spend it on some, clothes, just keep a little aside. You don't have to spend everything. You just keep a little aside for a rainy day. Speaking of rainy days, the rain started 2 days ago.
We talked about it while you were in the Bahamas, actually enjoying some great weather. We talked about the fact that we've had the regular seasons this year and everything seems to be, and yesterday it rained again. I wasn't very happy because I was going to go out. I was going to go on a trip, but I couldn't do that. It happened on Wednesday last week. That was very heavy as well. But all in all, I think I'm loving the weather, loving what it feels like. Everything's great so far, so good.
There's something, there's something that comes with rainy days though. Everybody has to check. You have to check your cars really well to see if you're ready to get out on the road. You have to also check your NEPA cables. No. Because there was this thing that, there's this thing that happens. Mostly when it starts raining, everybody's just doing a countdown to when the lights will go off. And I don't know why that is.
Okay, that was actually what I was going to talk about. The fact that electricity supply these days have been abominable.
Has it?
Yes, it has been in many areas. In some areas, it's been normal. In some areas, epileptic. In some areas, absolutely none at all. And it's worrisome. I do not think it has to do with the rain anymore because I've observed lately, at least since the beginning of this year, that when it's raining heavily, we still have electricity. Wow. Unlike before. I think
it has to do with a certain schedule because I can almost bet you I know exactly when it comes on and when it goes off, and people have planned their lives around these schedules these days.
Those schedules are still not predictable. I know some areas that from like Thursday until yesterday, they didn't have any electricity. Same thing during the week in some other areas, because people always reach out like, please, help us beg them, they should give us light. So it's easy to know when these things are happening.
In South Africa, it's called load shedding, and they actually have, it's announced that we're going to be load shedding this week from so-and-so parts and everything. So you know how to kind of like work toward it.
That
if you
kind
need
of
extra kind of
SMS,
generation.
maybe, like some, so I was watching a series yesterday where,
What were you saying?
So there was like an SMS blast to everybody that the lights were going to go off. And I was just like, I don't understand.
Nah.
They sent to everybody in the whole community.
No, see, Nigerian government is doing well for us. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
See, have you ever driven on, out during the day, especially early in the morning or at night?
Every single day.
And then you see shops, nobody is in the shops, but lights are on. So I kind of feel like the load shedding thing is something that the government is like, okay, now no go put off on a light, don't worry, we'll help you manage it.
Well, alrighty then. I guess it's time for the news.
Indeed.
All right, so let's get this done.
All right, so I think it's going to be me.
Yes, of course.
When you guys went quiet, I was like, okay, it's me.
You're the queen.
Everyone was looking pretty at the camera. So let me get started. Now, with less than 3 hours to the commencement of a warning strike by the joint health sector unions, the federal government says the industrial action is illegal, ill-timed and unnecessary. It has also directed the health workers not to disrupt activities in the health sector, as the Ministry of Labour and Employment has apprehended the disputes with the ongoing conciliation initiated last Thursday. A statement by the Deputy Director, Press and Public Relations in the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Charles Akman, says going ahead with the strike would be illegal as it is in clear breach of the ILO principles and conventions on strike and Section 18 of the Trades Disputes Act. It also asked GOTV not to arm twist or intimidate the federal government, as it has shown clear commitment to tackling the challenges in the health sector, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. The statement says, and I quote, "This is a grave period of a pandemic where the federal government has spent about 20 billion naira to pay April-May 2020 and an additional 8.9 billion naira for June 2020 on COVID-19 hazard and inducement allowances, respectively, to all categories of health workers that are mainly GOTV members." This call for withdrawal of services is clearly unnecessary, as the federal government has overly shown commitment to the welfare of health workers by providing enough personal protective equipment and boosting their morale while tackling the strange pandemic. End of quote. GOTV had announced the resolution to go on a 7-day warning strike at the end of an expanded emergency National Executive Council meeting. The notice of resolution, addressed to the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, says nothing concrete was agreed upon at the 10-hour-long meeting brokered by the minister. Now, to schools reopening, the Lagos State government has released guidelines for the resumption of public and private schools. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Education, Folashade Adefisayo, says only JSS 3 and SS2 students in public schools will be allowed to resume on Monday, 21st of September. The Commissioner says the plan is to enable public schools meet COVID-19 social distancing rules and other safety protocols and help the students prepare well for their examinations. Only primary and secondary private schools are allowed to resume on Monday, September 21, but government strongly recommends that school owners should put safety measures above all other interests. The Commissioner emphasized that pre-primary classes in both public and private schools will remain closed until further announcements are made by the government. To Ekiti now, where Governor Kayode Fayemi has ordered the reopening of primary and secondary schools on the 21st of September to put an end to a month of school closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Fayemi, who disclosed this in a statewide broadcast on Sunday evening, also directed that tertiary institutions in Ekiti State be reopened to students from October 2nd, subject to each institution's governing council's decision, but with very strict adherence to safety protocols to curb the spread of COVID-19. Specifically, the governor said students in SS3 SS2 rather, GSS3 and Primary 6 are to resume on the 21st of September, while students in SS1, GSS2 and Primary 5 and 4 are to resume from September 28. Now, students in GSS1 and Primary 1 to 3 are to resume on October 19, while pupils in kindergarten and nursery schools are expected to resume on November 2, when more assurances of safety for their age bracket would have been established. The governor noted that the decision to open more classes was taken because there has been no spike traceable to students in exit classes who are writing their certificate examinations. To Kaduna now, security matters. As a matter of fact, where about 16 farmers, among them women and children, have been kidnapped. They were abducted at Udawa village along the Kaduna-Benin-Gwari highway in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. 4 others sustained gunshot injuries and were abandoned while the gunmen went away with the rest. Locals say amongst those abducted is a nursing mother who had a baby strapped to her back. They were said to be going to their farms when the incident occurred. The locals say they are yet to get any information on the whereabouts of the victims, particularly women and children among them. But they say the incident has been reported to the police. Now we're moving outside Nigeria. Now, with 4,000 new cases being recorded daily, Israel is to impose a new national lockdown, becoming the first country in the world to take such a measure to contain the spread of coronavirus. It will begin this Friday and last 3 weeks, including the Jewish New Year. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the measures would exact a heavy price on citizens, but the country of 9 million people faced a surge if drastic measures were not taken. A minister has resigned to protest against the restrictions that overlap with important Jewish festivals. Housing Minister Yaakov Litzman, who leads an ultra-Orthodox Jewish party, said the measures would prevent Jewish people from celebrating their religious festivals, including Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, on 27th September. Israel has seen 1,108 deaths from COVID-19 and more than 153,000 confirmed infections. And that's it on the news updates for this hour. We will take a break and return with the sports news. Stay with us.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. So let's take a look at what the dailies have on their front pages this morning in For Wake Up Nigeria. And we're going to start from This Day newspaper. And of course, today's very first headline for the day is FG replies, Obasanjo says Buhari prevented Nigeria from failing. You're Nigeria's divider-in-chief. Presidency tells former president, listen to voice of reason. PDP urges president. APC actors that midwife rot can't chart way forward. And moving lower the page for the front page of This Day newspaper, PDP alleges plots to use judiciary to halt Edo elections, trades words with APC over suspected plans to buy votes. And the photo story here, change of baton. New Assistant Comptroller General of Nigerian Immigration Service, Zone A, Ms. Doris Brima, and outgoing ACG, Mr. Mohammed Alpha, during the handing over ceremony at Zone A headquarters, Ikeja, Lagos. This was just yesterday. Moving on now to the Punch newspaper for today, and a potpourri of headlines spread across the page. First big headline here for Monday, failed state presidency, ACF attack Obasanjo as Ohaneze Afenifere defend ex-president. Look at Buhari's ministerial appointments. The choice positions were allotted to his kinsmen. Military and paramilitary agencies are headed by the North. Everything in Buhari's regime is pro-North, says Ohaneze. And one from the presidency here, the difference is clear. From the lofty heights of Commander-in-Chief, General Obasanjo has descended to the lowly level of Divider-in-Chief to adapt the coinage of time. Down the page, photo story here, the Moshood Abiola National Stadium under renovation in Abuja on Sunday. This was the picture from Sunday, that was yesterday. And of course, confusion trails drowning of 2 Lagos residents in flood. Palm wine seller beats a policewoman over missing 150,000 naira, and we're probing a viral video of a shisha smoking cup. Police Now, if you were on the social media or mediums all through the weekend, you'd find that that was a very big and hot topic, as there was this video of this police officer who actually had, well, his own time while wearing the uniform. Only GSS 3 and SSS 2 will resume on September 21st, says Lagos State, and herdsman rob Ogun farmers, rape 16-year-old daughter. Find that on page 4. On page 20, Akeredolu, deputies party chair defects to APC. Did we miss any from the top of the page? A couple here. Malami can't single-handedly amend lawyers' professional conduct rules, says Akpata, and top 10 exporters earn $74.79 million in 1 month. On page 41, FG fumes as health workers begin strike today. We move on now to The Nation newspaper. Big headline: hard knocks for Obasanjo over attack on Buhari's government. PDP president should listen, save Nigeria from collapse. At the top of The Nation newspaper front page, health workers begin strike. That's on page 6. And NBA to lawyers, ignore Malami on stamp fees. AGF wrong, says Akpata. Nigeria's debt may rise to 34 trillion naira in third quarter. And that's on business. And gunmen kidnapped 16 on Kaduna Road. Find that on page 7. Photo story here is the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Odumosu, addressing policemen deployed for the Edo State governorship elections before their departure only just yesterday. Birthed in integrity, the enduring legacy of Captain Hossa. And that's the final front page headline for The Nation newspaper. Moving on now swiftly to the Vanguard for a Monday morning. Big headline: will fight hike in price of fuel, electricity tariff, Labour insists. We're detailed, or rather determined, to fight fuel price hike, electricity tariff increase, organized Labour. FG meets Labour leaders, CSOs tomorrow. NLC leaders meet Wednesday. JAF begins nationwide mass protest Wednesday. FG insensitive to suffering of Nigerians, says Pandef, and demands building of refineries in Nigeria. At the top of the page, a chart here showing losses from loans pushed down banks' profits in first half of 2020 and practicing fees still. NBA says, or rather asks lawyers to ignore Malami's order. FG spends 1.47 trillion naira on refineries, revamp maintenance in 5 years. NNPC. On the Edo debate, my predecessor borrowed recklessly, says Obaseki. Obaseki's only achievement is security vote increment, says Ize Yamu. And what a debate that was from last night, by the way. FG goes tough on 11 discos over settlement of 174 billion naira debt from investigations. And that headline again, birthed in integrity, the enduring legacy of Captain Hossa. That's the Vanguard, and this might be our final paper. If we have time, we might take another one. Daily Trust newspaper from Monday. Only dialogue can solve Nigeria's challenge, advised Council of State Governors Forum to lead discourse. Urged President to sack service chiefs. Issues can't be, or rather can be, resolved at National Assembly, says the presidency. Obasanjo is Nigeria's divider-in-chief, says the presidency, and gunmen abduct 17 family members in Kaduna while health workers begin nationwide strike today. And of course, that's as much as we can take for the national dailies today. Do find these papers, and if you want, you could read the interesting stories inside. We'll be back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Only just got started. We've got much more in store for you. So hey, hang in there, stay right here. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello and good morning. Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria is the show that does everything possible to keep you informed. And of course, the rains are here. You need to be extremely careful on the roads right now. How you manage your movement is why we're here. We're trying to ensure that you get to your intended destinations safe and sound. So if you are stepping out onto the road and you're coming from the Ajah area of Lagos, well, it does seem like the roads are, you know, really calm as at this time. No real alarm bells going off if you're coming from Ado area. Now, the major junction, I'm talking about the major Ajah Market junction, as always, because of all the buses that usually line up there, it's a bit slow coming out of Ajah. But once you pass that particular junction, it seems like it's really, really free. By the time you get to Ikota, everything's all smooth. The Chevron Junction is really smooth. All plain sailing right through the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway all the way till Circle Mall. So now that Jakande Junction does have some challenges sometimes. Maybe just a few minutes wait at that particular junction. And then it's straight on to Victoria Island. The toll gate seems clear. If you're in a hurry, you're going to be wherever you need to be around VI in about 39 minutes. Now, this is if you decide to take the main expressway and not the alternative route. Should you decide that the alternative route is better for you, you're going to have about a 51-minute journey. So I think the best idea is to stay on the main carriage. Now, Mazino, Mike, and Mary are in the kitchen and looking through social media to see if we have some tweet updates for traffic. Anything up yet, guys?
Well, yes, a couple of references to the biblical state of traffic coming from outside, from inside of Ikorodu. If you are yet to make it out, then it's going to be quite a while for you because it stretches right all the way inside of Ikorodu, and you know how big a portion of Lagos-Ikorodu is until it gets out on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. So that's going to take a while for you. That's one very big hotspot that's just out there when you look at the maps and also the references on Instagram, or rather on Twitter. Another one would be just at the marina, but it's actually a very usual one once you're heading towards CMS. Coming from off of the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, you'll meet the regular stuff on the Igamu Bridge, and Castaigne as well is raring to be quite a tough one this morning. Only at the beginning yet, so you still have about just a bit of time to get there and get through it and hopefully be at work in time for a Monday.
Okay, I also have a couple here from Traffic Chief NG. Avoid Lekki-Ekpe Road today. Stay off. Which is a wizard's conference. Wow. Seriously?
Wow.
All roads
On a Monday.
And then there's one, the person actually attached two photos. The first one I read, yes, it's from Traffic, but by Obama Wale. This one is by Toba Adebayo. Says, there's a broken down truck container having tire issue at Mobolaji Bakanthony Way along Ikeja on the bridge, second gate bus stop. This is really bad news, especially for commuters along that route. Traffic, no matter how little, can add several minutes to your journey. So I really hope this gets fixed.
I don't know if we're capturing Mike's face. There seems to be some traffic on his face. What was this?
You remember Friday?
Oh, Mike, tell us your story about Friday.
Incidentally, so it's not always I get to see Mazino on a Friday evening. So imagine if I get to see Mazino on a Friday evening.
Oh, it must have been bad.
Mazino had to stay back for a training, and then I had the worst traffic experience of my life.
But you were warned.
You know, I hate traffic so much that if there's traffic in front, I would come down, go and chill, do anything.
Yeah.
But Friday,
You couldn't. You were trapped in it.
Friday, you know, when people, it's like a joke. They say the witches and the wizards rose up. It's like a joke until you are inside.
You were buying gala from them.
See, this traffic, I want it to go back.
I finished 2 popcorn, 2 pounds of popcorn, 3 kekere, 2 water. So I was in live call. I was getting video call.
Eventually,
You know, sir?
the road.
He
not say
no, I didn't.
no public.
How? Where? How do you want to do
He
it?
came back, threw open all 4 doors of his car.
I want to hear a little bit more about
crazy.
the popcorn that Mike consumed.
Oh,
was it
wow.
sugar? Was it salt? Was it spicy? I don't know what flavor it was. But I know the flavor of the roads from Lasu Gate all the way down to Igomu area of Lagos. Now, it does seem like the Lagos-Badagry Expressway is blocked right now, but there's an alternative route through Raimi Street, which is sort of parallel with the expressway. It takes you all the way down the expressway, all the way down to mile 2, and very close to mile 2. But my issue now is that it's still going to take you about 1 hour, 15 minutes to get from Lasu all the way to Igomo area. So you need to take care and be a little bit patient or find an alternative route. I'm going to be heading into the kitchen now. Mike, I didn't know you were a popcorn fan. I make a very special one.
I wasn't a fan. I was letting how bad it was. I'm not a fan. So you have to, they told me gala, so, but there's a picture I saw of gala, of one sausage, this thing. The surge was on the two ends.
And then there was nothing in the middle.
So I was scared of buying
Corruption of the highest level.
Yours is the car version. So I get to the bus stops these days, and for some weird reason, no vehicle. It's been going on for about 2-3 weeks now. I don't know if it's due to the fact that buses carry 2 on average. But then these buses are also beginning to take advantage. Some carry 3 passengers, 4 passengers per seat, even though it's against the law at the moment. And they're still taking the same, you know, the increased price. And then when you ask them, they'll say, leave that side. Like, excuse me, someone is so close to me and I'm paying double for it. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So, like, in the last 2-3 weeks, I've had to walk from the office via toll gate after waiting a while, all the way to Alausa. Because of, I'm not kidding. It's good. So there's a mall on the road, thankfully.
I feel like you're trying to work out.
I think you're
trying to work out.
That's what Titi was saying.
That's a nice workout.
It's workout for her. Remember this morning you said she was looking all trim and everything?
Yes,
so
looking all hot.
To round up this one.
Just
to round up this one.
Yeah.
Just what I would say is this. Look, there is so much productivity that is lost on the road.
Very true.
Look, man, it can't be overstated. If you know how much it takes away from you.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like my life was reduced.
I'll tell you
just one day.
Mike, I know we had
some of us that experience it every day.
I know we had a topic for now, but I'm going to tell you that what you just said can actually just span the entire length of this gist. The fact is that what you said is very, very true. And if anything has taught us that you can work at home, it is the situation we find ourselves now with the pandemic and everything. And I think it's about time businesses and business owners begin to look at the fact that maybe it's counterproductive to have my people resume at a certain time and end work at a certain time.
True.
I have a team that I work with, and I've told them that you guys actually do not have to get to work inside of all of this traffic and all, because I know by the time you get to work, you're tired.
Exactly.
Your productivity is low, you're irritable, everything goes wrong. So
and
I'm like
thinking about going home again.
Exactly.
So I want to, on a lighter note though, I can still remember, because I used to come from around the Festac area for a while, I was staying there for a bit. And I had a particular breakfast that was always in traffic. And it was sachet yogurt and sausage roll.
In the morning.
So I'm wondering what your traffic breakfast is like.
What's your traffic breakfast?
What is it you normally eat in traffic
These days
while you're trying to get from one place to another?
It's funny that you mentioned eating, because many people want to look fit, look good and everything, without watching what they eat. Say, for example, this your sausage roll and yogurt diet.
It was just to sustain.
Unless you're burning the fat, there's the likelihood that, you know, you might just find yourself.
Are you sure you're not burning it in the traffic? Especially if you don't have AC.
Like, man, legit, at some point I would have slept off.
I don't know how people do it. When I saw
I don't know, I don't know how people do it. And I must say something, and look, man. So, and then I had to go through Apapa Warushoki, and they're walking on that road. They're walking on too many roads at the same time. Well, I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but maybe at the end of everything, but I feel like if we could plan better. If somewhere is blocked to that place, I mean, if a Papa Warushoki is being walked on, 3rd Mainland Bridge is being walked on at the same time, some parts of K2,
bad planning,
it's very bad at the same time. It can be.
But you guys will complain if they're not doing it now. They're doing everything now.
It's okay.
Point is, schedule these reconstructions so not everywhere is getting reconstructed at the same time, because it's affecting people's livelihoods, affecting people's mental state. Especially Mike from Friday. He was like this.
You know,
he was scratching. He was like,
this thing you said just made sense, because Mazino, honestly, I was just saying to myself that thank God it was Friday. So he has had Saturday, Sunday to calm down. Because if Mike had come to work,
no, we won't like
the following day,
we won't like him.
We will bundle him up.
We won't like him.
You need to see Saturday's own during the rain.
Oh, you went out on Saturday?
No, I didn't go out.
I chose not
stories
to.
that touched. It was stories that touched, and he told me.
It makes you think about mothers and parents when they get home, and then their kids are asking for their attention after they've been through so much on the road. Now the kids don't understand. They don't get it. They don't connect with why mom and dad are irritable, and you know, maybe mom and dad just enter and then the house is scattered and you're like, I don't understand why I'll go through all that and still have to come and tidy up the house again, you know? It's just, it's I don't know how to even...
This is actually one of the things that affects women. You know, we mentioned the diet thing earlier. It's one of the things that makes so many women lose touch with their bodies. And it's also the reason for the increased rates of people getting cosmetic surgeries these days.
Wow.
No,
as in, there are so many people like, I cannot do that stress. You know, the thought of going to the gym, and then, you know, after you've had such a really stressful day, it's easier for a young person who doesn't have so many responsibilities. Yeah. But the time you're spending at the gym, as you're working and you're like, I could have been making money. So this is almost you. So you would rather walk the streets looking for money.
I will tell you something and what I feel about cosmetic surgery. It's your body at the end of the day, and it's your prerogative, whatever you want to do with it. However, these unnatural alterations that we do while we're younger.
Alterations could also be considered enhancements.
Enhancements, yeah, what do you want to call them? I've heard of stories that people pay for them in later years. So it's something you really want to really consider whether it is absolutely important at the moment. Yes, you might need it now, but in later years, I've heard of people complaining of this and that and saying that I wish I never went through with that. Yeah. We don't often think about that, but the best way to get fit is to put in that work.
So the workouts, so the workouts are great, but there are some of these enhancements that make some women feel better about themselves.
Exactly. It's not just about being fit.
A lot of them had wishes. You know, they wish they look like this, they wish they look like that, and then it boosts their confidence level.
The amount of confidence that gives you like this.
Yeah.
If you work out 5 minutes every morning, there's a certain level of endorphins. It's a very beautiful feeling that you get every 5 minutes. And that is what I cannot work out at a stretch, but I do a small workout session of 5 or 10 minutes every single morning when I wake up, and it makes me feel happy. However, I have a sad story to tell about last week. Last week, I didn't get much sleep. But I still try to put in all of the exercise and everything, and something very bad happened, and it made me think I will not do this again.
You collapsed?
No, I wish it was just collapsed. There would have been Mary there to get me.
Wow.
But that didn't happen. On my way back home on Wednesday, I fell asleep.
I don't understand what you
mean. On the bike?
No, thankfully I wasn't riding.
What was that
for the first time in my life, I fell asleep while driving.
No.
Now, when I left, there was no traffic. But when I left here, when it rained, remember, I said, I'm going to take it slow. And then somewhere just between Saleh and Festac, what I felt was boom. Wow. And it was my car hitting the median and jolting me back awake.
Wow.
And so I just took a break. I parked, sat down, and I said, this has never happened before. Wow. I will never happen.
Was it major damage?
Wow.
It just I fixed it already. I was that tired. It was ridiculous.
What music were you playing?
Huh?
What music were you playing?
I wasn't playing music.
So you see the hack here now. just bring the windows down and put on some Naira Mali.
I brought the windows down after.
Some Naira Mali. Bring all 4 windows down.
Keep you awake.
They increase the volume.
I want to say a little advice to everybody out there. It can get really hectic in Lagos, work and everything. But please get enough sleep if you're going to hit the roads. Wow. Don't let it happen to you. Could have been worse. Very embarrassed about it, but I thank God that nothing worse than that happened.
We thank God too. We thank God too. I thank God for your life.
We'll continue the conversation right after this break. Stay with us.
So coming off of a gaming weekend, and if this was Mortal Kombat, you'd hear something like this. It's round 2, fight. But hey, I'm not a man of war. I'm not even the Indaboski. I love to make love happen sometimes, and you know that's synonymous with the Mazzino appeal.
Yeah, that appeal, you know, the smile, that thing that brightens your morning. Yes, that's why we're here. We're here to provide a fresh opportunity to start all over again. It's a brand new page. Turn the page. Let's write our stories the way we want it told.
Yes, indeed. So now, you know our story when it comes to family entertainment. No one does it better than we do it. My name is Mazzino Appeal.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. We're still streaming. We're streaming the show live on tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect. Now, I love those comments. So far, there have been loads of welcome back messages. You know, thank you. I'm back. Yeah.
So keep them coming. Use the hashtag as well. Wake Up Nigeria on TVC when you're making those comments. So we have an app. It's available for download on both Android and iOS store. Now this app allows you to watch from anywhere that you might be. Maybe you're going off already to work. You can still watch us while you're being driven in the car.
So once you've subscribed to our YouTube channel, your life will never be the same, really, because you're going to have the opportunity to recap everything and catch up with what you missed throughout the show. That's if you can't watch us live.
And
that's
to
TVC
interact.
Entertainment on YouTube.
Cool. And to interact with us on Fridays, we have this thing where you can actually be a part of the show yourself, real time at 2:30 p.m. It's called Wake Up Extra. So join us then because we'll have a very interesting guest.
Someone brand new in the kitchen this morning.
Yes.
Brand new chef hanging out with Mary. Let's meet him.
Oh yes, his name is Chef Cherish.
Yeah.
And he's making his debut on the show today.
All right.
And you know what we used to say about new chefs?
No, I
He's
don't.
come with fire. He's making pottage turkey mix. That's Irish potato pottage turkey mix. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. I got it. So you can imagine it's quite a mouthful. The name alone, talk less of when we finally eat it. So great to have you on the show, Chef Cherish.
Thank you very much. Well, we can't wait. We can't wait.
His scarf game is on point. So that
As
chef's
in-
scarf, like, you know he's ready
By the way,
to
while you were
cook
gone,
up a
we
storm.
had so much bell pepper. Everything was about bell pepper.
Are you serious? I think maybe it's in
Bell pepper
season.
this, bell pepper that, but it was scrumptious and delicious. I learned a
And
few myself.
healthy.
Yes.
Healthy. There was something I saw online as quickly as possible. Now in China, apparently there's this system they've developed. Now everybody knows that the population of China is really large. And I'm trying to think about how it could work here in Nigeria. This is what they're doing. So basically the same way if you're in the UK or in the US, you get points on your driver's license. So if, for instance, you commit any traffic offenses, they take away points.
Yeah.
So when you get to a certain number of points, they say you can't drive anymore. So Chinese are doing it to their people. So they're giving, so basically you have your national ID card and it has points on it. So
Social
every time,
points.
social points, beautiful. And they'll be deducting those points. And if you get below a certain amount, you can't get your kids into certain schools, you can't take loans, you can't buy property. Like, so everybody is keeping their social
So
game.
you think this is a great
high.
idea?
Well, I'm just thinking about it. So if, for instance, people commit some offenses and they just keep throwing them in jail, what does that really do? If they keep fining them, they're going to be losing money and in the end probably commit more offenses. So it's not really helping. But if everybody's trying to keep their social game high, they're going to be more courteous to people. You know, they probably won't.
With 3,000 naira in Nigeria,
Yeah.
you can have someone docked
Really?
with 3,000 naira.
Wow.
Now imagine somebody
have such a
getting
system.
punished for crimes they did not commit or getting points taken just because a neighbor or a landlord or
Was
some
mean.
person wanted to be mean. You know, those kind of things are worrisome. I know it's like that all over the world, but there are some countries that have stricter rules when it comes to things like that. Maybe they could work out, but here
Here in
in
Nigeria, it's
Africa,
just
not
going to
even
be-
Nigeria,
Are you sure?
sentiments
It will be abused.
are plenty.
Are you sure?
They should
Yes.
give them points for not giving birth.
Wow.
Oh, you're one of those
Wow,
people who think
Mike,
population is also an
Have you been to
adverse-
Asia?
Huh?
Have you been to Asia?
Oh, I get
Wicked.
you Asian now. Okay.
There's so many people everywhere.
All right, Mary's got the news. Let's get that done, and then we'll be back with some more stuff inside of Wake Up Nigeria. Mary, over to you.
I was thinking you had started the news. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, reported 79 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 56,256. Lagos recorded the highest number with 30 new infections. Kaduna came in second place with 17 new cases, followed by Ogun with 7. So far, 44,152 people have been discharged, while 1,082 people have died from COVID-19 complications. Now, the Joint Health Sector Unions, JOHESU, has commenced its nationwide warning strike, and this is after the ultimatum it issued the federal government expired at midnight. The strike came into effect even as the union is in talks with government to resolve contentious issues around salary arrears and workers' welfare. The federal government has described the industrial action as illegal, ill-timed and unnecessary. A statement by the Ministry of Labour and Employment says the action is in clear breach of the ILO principles and conventions on strike, as well as Section 18 of the Trades Disputes Act. It also asked JOHESU not to arm twist or intimidate the federal government, as it has shown clear commitment to tackling the challenges in the health sector, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now to security matters in Kaduna State, where about 16 farmers, among them women and children, have been kidnapped. They were abducted at Udawa village along the Kaduna-Birnin-Gwari highway in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. 4 others sustained gunshot injuries and were abandoned while the gunmen went away with the others. Locals say amongst those abducted is a nursing mother who had a baby strapped to her back. They were said to be going to their farms when the incident occurred. And the locals say they are yet to get any information on the whereabouts of the victims, particularly women and children amongst them. But they say the incident has been reported to the police. To Lagos State now, where the government has released guidelines for the resumption of public and private schools. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Education, Folashade Adefisayo, says only JSS 3 and SS 2 students in public schools will be allowed to resume school on Monday, 21st of September. The Commissioner says the plan is to enable public schools meet COVID-19 social distancing rules and other safety protocols and help the students prepare well for their examinations. Only primary and secondary private schools are allowed to resume on Monday, September 21, but government strongly recommends that school owners should put safety measures above all other interests. The Commissioner emphasized that pre-primary classes in both public and private schools will remain closed until further announcements are made by the government. Still on schools, this time in Ekiti State, Governor Kayode Fayemi has ordered the reopening of primary and secondary schools on the 21st of September to put an end to months of school closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Fayemi, who disclosed this in a statewide broadcast on Sunday evening, also directed that tertiary institutions in Ekiti State be reopened to students from October 2nd, subject to each institution's governing council's decision, but with very strict adherence to safety protocols to curb the spread of COVID-19. Specifically, the governor said students in SS2, GSS 3 and Primary 6 are to resume on the 21st of September, while students in SS1, GSS 2 rather, and Primary 5 and 4 are to resume from September 28. Students in GSS 1 and Primary 1 to 3 are to resume on October 19, while pupils in kindergarten and nursery schools are expected to resume on November 2, when more assurances of safety for their age bracket would have been established. The governor noted that the decision to open more classes was taken because there has been no spike traceable to students in exit classes who are writing their certificate examinations. To Israel now with 4,000 new cases being recorded daily, Israel is to impose a new national lockdown, becoming the first country in the world to take such a measure to contain the spread of coronavirus. It will begin this Friday and last 3 weeks, including the Jewish New Year. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the measures would exact a heavy price on citizens, but the country of 9 million people faced a surge if drastic measures are not taken. The minister has resigned to protest against the restrictions that overlap with important Jewish festivals. Housing Minister Yaakov Litzman, who leads an ultra-Orthodox Jewish party, said the measures would prevent Jewish people from celebrating their religious festivals, including Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day of the Jewish calendar on 27 September. Israel has seen 1,108 deaths from COVID-19 and more than 153,000 confirmed infections.
And of course, you're welcome back again. And this time we're doing the papers for the second time this morning here, second hour for Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Apil, as you know already. So today, Monday, 14th September 2020, what are the papers saying? Let's find out. First paper this morning, This Day newspaper. And our first big headline here, FG replies Obasanjo says Buhari prevented Nigeria from failing. You're Nigeria's divider-in-chief, presidency tells former president. Listen to voice of reason, PDP urges president. APC actors that midwife rot can't chart way forward. And to the side of the paper, PDP alleges plots to use judiciary to halt Edo elections. Trades words with APC over suspected plans to buy votes. Photo story here, change of baton New Assistant Comptroller General of Nigeria Immigration Service, Zone A, Ms. Doris Brimer, and outgoing ACG, Mr. Mohammed Alfa, during the handing over ceremony at Zone A headquarters, Ikeja, Lagos, only just yesterday. And at the top of the This Day paper, NNPC unveils plan for CNG refueling plants nationwide. And World Bank starts $750 million power support fund disbursement in 2021. That would be it for This Day newspaper. Moving on now to the Punch newspaper, and it's all headlines on the front page of the Punch. First big headline here: failed state presidency. ACF attack Obasanjo as Ohaneze Afenifere defend ex-president. The difference is clear. From the lofty heights of Commander-in-Chief, General Obasanjo has descended to the lowly level of divider-in-chief. To adapt the coinage of time, says the presidency, and ACF spokesman, Obasanjo enjoys going about presenting himself as a saint, but he is not the saint he pretends to be. His actions and utterances are motivated by self-interest, masquerading as national interest. At the top of the Punch newspaper this morning, power generation tumbles to 2,419.7 megawatts. Supply worsens. Find that on page 28. I think every Nigerian would want to read that as it relates to us. And of course, Malami can't single-handedly amend lawyers' professional conduct rules. Akpata. Top 10 exporters earned $74.78 million in 1 month, and FG fumes as health workers begin strike today. That story on page 41. Photo story here shows work in progress at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium under renovation in Abuja. These pictures from only just yesterday, and a few other headlines here under the page. Confusion trails drowning of 2 Lagos residents in flood. In palm wine cellar beats a policewoman over missing 150,000 naira. On page 5. Yet on page 5, we're probing viral video of Shisha smoking cop. Oh, he's popular now, I bet you. Only JSS 3 and SSS 2 will resume on September 21st, says Lagos State. And on page 4, herdsman Rob Ogunfama rapes 16-year-old daughter. Sad. Akeredolu deputy's party chair defects to APC. Those are the headlines inside of the Punch newspaper. The Nation's newspapers got this big headline right smack in the front of it. Hard knocks for Obasanjo over attack on Buhari. PDP president should listen, save Nigeria from collapse. And birthed in integrity, the enduring legacy of Captain Hosa. Photo story here for The Nation is Lagos State Commissioner of Police Hakeem Odusumu addressing police deployed to Edo State governorship election before their departure only just yesterday. Top of the page, health workers begin strike. Find that inside of page 6. And NBA to lawyers ignore Malami on stamp fees. AGF wrong, says Apata. Nigeria's debt may rise to 34 trillion naira in the third quarter. That's for the business story inside of page 7 to 24. Pick up a copy of the Nation newspaper and find that a very interesting read. Vanguard newspaper. Will fight hike in price of fuel, electricity tariff and labor, says Labor, as they insist. And a chart here showing the losses from loan push down banks' profit in first half of 2020. To the side of that practicing fee sale, NBA asks lawyers to ignore Malami's order, and FG sends 1.47 trillion naira on refineries, or they spend rather, that much on refineries, revamp maintenance in 5 years. Bottom of the page here, we find this one, Edo 2020 debate. My predecessor borrowed recklessly, says Obaseki. Obaseki's only achievement is security vote increment, says Izeyamu. And FG goes tough on 11 discos over settlement of 173 billion naira debt from investigations. That's as much as we can take for the dailies this morning. If you found any story or headline that you think is very interesting, you might want to grab any of those headlines and read. You'd be enjoying it, I assure you. So, well, that's it. Do stay tuned. We've got more inside of Wake Up Nigeria. I wonder what's happening in the kitchen, but we'll find that out in just about a bit.
It's time for us to do some cooking right here in the kitchen of Wake Up Nigeria. And it's such a pleasure to reintroduce Chef Cherish. Yeah, he is of Cherish Cuisine. And it's his first time on the show. He's literally making his debut today. So we're looking forward to what he has in store for us. Of course, you know our chefs always do their things with a twist, their own twist to it. And so, Chef Cherish, what are we having for breakfast?
Yeah, we're going to have, this is Irish potato, pottage, turkey minced.
Okay. So Irish potato, pottage, turkey mix.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Now let's talk about the ingredients. What are we making use of, starting from there?
We have Irish potato.
Okay.
Then we have salt.
Okay.
We have fresh pepper.
Okay.
We have fresh powdered ginger.
Okay.
We have thyme.
Okay.
And then we have curry.
Okay.
We have scent leaf.
Okay.
We have white onion, red onion.
Okay.
Then we have carrot.
Okay.
Then we have croaker dried fish.
Okay.
Then we have cabbage.
Cabbage. Okay.
Yes.
And we also have the turkey cooking.
That's right.
Yeah, that's over there. So that's the turkey mix part of this dish. Okay, so Chef Cherish, run us through the process. What are we going to do? How do we go about this whole dish?
Okay. I'm going to have my turkey boil steam.
Okay.
So that I can easily remove the bones. We don't need it.
Okay.
Then we'll put our Irish potato on fire.
Okay.
I'm going to cut it into cubes.
Okay.
Then after that, I'll put my croaker dry fish.
Okay.
Then after a while, I'm going to put
the turkey
my
in
turkey.
it.
Then all the ingredients will go. Then my carrot, I'm going to cut it into cubes.
Okay.
Then
so it's a one-pot dish.
Very
Everything goes inside it.
yes. That's
Okay,
correct.
okay. Sounds exciting. All right, so Chef Cherish, I know that you have Cherish Cuisine. So what do you do at Cherish Cuisine?
Cherish Cuisine is initiated to actually provide sweet delicacies of different kind of varieties. We have a lot of recipes,
Okay.
and this is just one of the recipe I have that I want to present to you today.
Okay.
Then for people to see more of my recipe, they can visit my page book, that is Cherish Cuisine, on Facebook page.
Okay.
So I also look forward to hotels that can actually change their menu. Yes, because wherever you go, it's the same kind of meal everywhere. That's, for instance, you go to a bar, you actually go to take pepper soup, maybe turkey, goat meat.
Yes, that's the way forward.
Yes, so Cherish Cuisine is just with the initiative to introduce something different.
Okay, so the
Yes,
idea is to
it's
just
very special.
spice up your taste buds instead of the regular. You
Kind
could do
of.
the regular, but with a little twist to make it more exciting.
Exactly.
I like that. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. So today, if you've been wondering what to do with your Irish potatoes, here's an idea, and I'm sure it's one that you would enjoy trying out, especially at home. If I want to replace this and make it sweet potato pottage turkey mix, will it work?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and if I want to replace the turkey to make it sweet potato beef mix, will it work?
Yes, you can use any
meat.
kind of meat you want.
Okay, but
fish.
fish is in
You
it.
can use fish. You can use gizzard. You can use snail.
Aha, so you can twist this anyhow you want.
Anyhow,
Who
yeah.
says you can't prepare this dish every day of the week? Just twist the potato, twist the protein in it, and you're good to go. Okay, so one of my colleagues, Mike, is whispering snake meat. But I think that's a special order we make.
Of course.
The chef was so shocked, he stood like, are you kidding me? But you know, those are the kind of things he comes up with. So he would have to order that specially. I have no business with that part.
Okay.
Okay, so how are we going to do this? Just...
I'm going to cut it into small cubes.
Oh,
like
okay.
This.
Okay. Being that it's potato pottage, I would have thought it would be large chunks. So it's advisable to cut it into cubes.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. That means it won't take so long to cook.
No, it will take so long to
Ah,
cook.
okay. So what are we going to do with the pepper?
The pepper, I'm going to grate it.
Okay.
Then I will use it to sauce my potato.
Ah, you're grating this pepper
Yeah, I'm going to
with
do
your
that.
hand.
Yes, I'm going to use grater.
Better you than me. Because there's something about pepper. You know, when you have pepper in your fingers, no amount of washing can take it out. unless you employ certain techniques,
Wow.
which I won't share.
Well, that's true. But the thing is, it depends on the individual, actually. But it really don't hurt that much. Once you just get your grater, wash, and put them in, then...
Bro, have you ever put one, your hand with pepper in your nose mistakenly or in your eye?
No,
May you live to tell the tale. It's about time for us to move over to Titi and Mazino. They've got today, or rather the week in history for us.
Now it's time for some motivation this Monday. We have a renowned leadership development strategist, Kemi Ogunkoya, with us online. Now, known to help corporate organizations in today, she'll be talking about how to develop more leaders at home, work. We have to say a big warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's such a great honor and privilege to be here today.
All right. Now, we've been talking about raising leaders, it seems, for a very long time. But, because times have changed with the complications that the COVID-19 has, given nations all over the world, give us some advice. How can we still push for those leadership goals while we're at home?
All right. Thank you very much for that wonderful question. So for me, I always say that leadership starts from the place of self. So until we get to that point as individuals where we are very conscious of the part and the roles that we play in the general scheme of how our systems will operate, how prosperous our nations would be, and how peaceful we can make our homes be, then we will not get to that point where we would be able to make the necessary changes. So to get to that point where we can have better leaders from the home point, it requires a great level of intentionality where parents and guardians are first aware of the responsibility that lies on their shoulders and they know exactly what they need to do. And that starts from the place of self-awareness for parents, for guardians. I say that you cannot be better at what you do unless you become better at who you are. So you cannot be a better parent, you cannot be a better leader at work, you cannot be a better national leader if you do not start from the place of self. So self-awareness, self-regulation, understanding what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your vision is as an individual. So a lot of people go into raising homes, raising families, starting up businesses without having a clear picture of what they want to achieve. So you cannot feature in a future that you have not pictured. So if you want to have a prosperous home, if you want to have businesses that are sustainable, it starts from the place of vision. Then you go to the place of understanding just what the requirements are and committing to it. Having that sense of responsibility, understanding the place of duty, understanding that as individuals, we have a responsibility to the future ahead. So if we want to preserve our world, it lies on each and every one of us to take up the mantle of leadership and start being effective role models and leaders and custodians of leadership.
I have to touch on your mention of role models now, because there are many people of the opinion that you can't give what you don't have. And if you look at someone's family tree, if you find someone like President Obama at the top of that tree, you kind of feel like the people that are below him on the tree are going to benefit from that mentorship. So if, for instance, you haven't had that kind of mentorship, you haven't had anybody guide you, how do you then start to understand this sense of self that you're talking about? How are you going to stay motivated?
Okay, all right. So that's going to happen through, and you know, I love what you said that you can't give what you don't have. But then it's going to happen, you know, sometimes through exposure, right? Sometimes just being in that place where you understand and you feel that there is more to you. There's more that you can be. There's more that you can give. It would happen by those who are also in leadership positions, understanding that they have a responsibility to others and spreading the gospel of being a better person, spreading the gospel of effective leadership, spreading the gospel of how we can raise and develop more leaders within the society. So it would definitely start from the place of you know, the realization of guardianship, of being a custodian of leadership by those who are role models already. And that's why when you look around, you know, you see people having, you know, so many networking events, having fellowship events that can bring more people into that place of consciousness and awareness. But then it will be the utmost, you know, responsibility of that individual to get to that point where they are willing and they are open enough to understand what they need to learn to become better. But beyond understanding that, really getting to that point where they are willing to absorb this new information to also become better.
Heard that to be a good leader in any area, that's at work, at home, you have to also understand how to be a good follower. And once you understand what it is being a good follower, then eventually when you get to leadership status, you'll do better. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, so I always say this, right, that a lot of times we have certain misconceptions about what leadership is, right? And a lot of people assume leadership positions thinking it's about the position that they actually stand in. But then I always say that leadership starts from the place of service, okay? And if you cannot serve people, if you cannot empathize with people, if you cannot get yourself to understanding people for who they are and being committed to wanting them, you know, achieve certain level of progress. In fact, achieving certain objectives, either within an organization, either within a home, then you cannot drive them to performance. You cannot drive them to achievement. They say that one of the greatest ingredients of leadership is influence. And for you to get to that point of influencing people, you need to be able to build rapport with them. So when people feel that you are coming from that place of superiority, you know, you do not regard them, then, you know, you're not able to connect with them in a way that would help you get results. But when you come from that place of service, where you understand that it goes beyond your leadership position to really establish you as being a leader, then you can come from that place of service, you can come from that place of followership, you can come from that place where you understand the role of team, right? And how you can pretty much get the best out of everybody on your team. So until we get to that point where we understand that leadership is not just about that one person in front directing and coordinating affairs, we will not get to that point where we have more leaders who are also followers.
Okay. I have to say a big thank you to you once again for joining us early this morning. We appreciate your insight. If you would like to ask Kemi some questions, you can always head over to our social media pages. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and Kemi will be right there to answer your questions. We will definitely be talking to Kemi again, likely next week, so make sure you tune in for that one. And we're going to head over to the kitchen at this point. Mary has been having far too much fun in that kitchen. I don't understand what's going on.
Titi, I'm beginning to think I need to get your definition of fun. If frantically trying to put things together is fun, wow, really?
You don't look frantic. You don't look frantic.
I don't, no, you know, I'm not supposed to be looking frazzled on her, you know. I need to look like nothing is going on here. But then, of course, Chef Cherish is still in the kitchen of Cherish Cuisine, and he's making breakfast for us this morning. Irish potato pottage turkey mix. A mouthful. And looking forward to it being so delicious. So that's the potato on your screen right now. Chef Cherish, what next? The only thing we've done so far is boil the potato and cut the turkey up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what next?
So what's next now? We'll put the turkey.
Okay. Wow. All right. Okay.
Then we turn.
Okay. Wow. That already looks good. A mouthful of potato and turkey.
Yes.
Yum.
I don't want to make it watery. It's
Okay.
going to be thick.
Okay.
So that's why I had to put some water.
Okay.
Now I'm going to add more water so that
Okay.
it will enable the turkey
Okay.
to mix well
To
with
steam even better.
Yes.
Okay. So here you go.
Thank you.
A little bit of water
Yeah, a little bit of
in
water.
there. Okay.
Yes, that's okay for now.
Okay.
Then we're going to add our carrots.
Okay. Now the color comes in. Wow, just look at that screen.
Then we add our white onion.
Okay. Now look at that. Woo! You know what they say about eating with your eyes first? I can't wait for the taste of this.
We're gonna add our pepper.
Another color
pepper.
coming up. Oh, wow. Nice. So that was grated, actually. You recall Chef Cherish said he was going to grate the pepper, and that's what he did. So that's grated pepper that has been put into it. So far, potato, turkey, carrots, white onions, and pepper.
Very well.
Yeah. So at what point do the fish go in?
In about a few minutes more, the fish will go in.
Okay, so that has to steam, right?
Yes, that's the steam.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we'll get on with the cooking, especially the season and all. But don't worry, at the end of the show, you get to see what it will look like. Sadly, we get to do the tasting. But then, of course, that's the end of the second hour on the show today. 45 minutes more to go. Make sure you stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
And it always gets better. The top of the hour is, you know, some of my favorite parts of the show. Now, starting the week the right way with the right breakfast show definitely gives you an edge, don't you think?
Yes, of course, I do agree. And it's great, and we have a lot of love that we get to give to you. Allow us into your home. We know that you guys are like our biggest fans, and we're your fans back at you. So, hey, thank you for granting us that specialty.
We don't take it for granted, and we have 45 more minutes of premium family entertainment for you. Some motivation just, you know, spurred you on earlier on, and it gave you a little bit of direction, you know.
Well, hey, I guess that's why it's called Wake Up Nigeria. Give you that direction that you need. Yeah. We bring the right sort of energy to shake you up and wake you up and start your week for you.
Yeah. My name is Titilayo Oyinso.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal.
Don't miss this great experience. We're going to be streaming this show live throughout the show. And if you need to leave the house at the moment, just go to tvcentertainment.tv or visit Facebook, TVC Connect, and send in those comments using our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
And by the way, the TVC app is still available for download at both Android and iOS store. It enables you to watch us from anywhere you might be in the world, or you might want to go today.
Yes, so we'd like to remind you once again, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's TVC Entertainment. And you need to click that notification bell. There are some amazing videos you do not want to miss. And as soon as we post them, you'll get a message.
Good. So it comes to this point where I have to remind you that every Friday at 2:30 p.m. we have something really special your way. We call it Wake Up Extra. It's that special chart you get to have with us and the guests that we bring to you every Friday afternoon. So if you're not on IG with us, make sure you're following already.
Mazino, we still have quite a bit coming for people to watch today.
Yes. Let me tell them. On SME today, we have Folake Kehinde, a lady who is using photography to help brands propel their products in a new light. And I have met her before, or maybe not. I think it must have been on Instagram. We had a chat, and just to let you know how far her business is pushing. What?
Yeah. The exhaustion.
Yeah.
When even the child is trying to wake her up, and then in her dream, she believes she has finished cooking for the family. Yeah, she was cooking in her dream.
I'll tell you one fun thing about Effa. He's been acting since he was 9.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So he's actually
his rap game is on point.
Focus, Mary. Focus.
His rap game is on point.
Yeah, he's a good rapper.
Really great.
Great actor and
Positive
also
energy.
great personality as well.
He's actually going to star in a story coming up very soon called Finding Hobby. So when I was on the radio, I used to read on the radio on the book club. Now, that show went viral because of this Finding Hobby story. It was from a blog called From Tunde Leye, and he's going to be in that upcoming movie. Yeah. It's gonna be great to see him.
What caught me that time? Made my heart skip a bit.
What?
Uncle said pounded yam and
Ogbono.
No.
What?
And boli.
Yeah, he's a
just like what someone said to me, one of my colleagues, Abdul actually told me eba and egg.
Mary, let's take the news, please. Let's take the news before we consider Mike's
So first, I just have to swallow and just imagine I didn't hear all these things, and then get on with the news. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has reported 79 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 56,256. Lagos recorded the highest number with 30 new infections. Kaduna came in second place with 17 new cases, followed by Ogun with 7. So far, 44,152 people have been discharged, while 1,082 people have died from COVID-19 complications. Now, the Joint Health Sector Unions, JOHESU, has commenced this nationwide warning strike, and this is after the ultimatum it issued the federal government expired at midnight. The strike came into effect even as the union is in talks with government to resolve contentious issues around salary arrears and workers' welfare. The federal government has described the industrial action as illegal, ill-timed and unnecessary. A statement by the Ministry of Labour and Employment says the action is in clear breach of the ILO principles and conventions on strike, as well as Section 18 of the Trades Disputes Act. It also asks JOHESU not to arm twist or intimidate the federal government, as it has shown clear commitment to tackling the challenges in the health sector, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now to security matters in Kaduna State, where about 16 farmers, among them women and children, have been kidnapped. They were abducted at Udawa village along the Kaduna-Benin-Gwari highway in Chikum local government area of Kaduna State. 4 others sustained gunshot injuries and were abandoned, while the government went away with the others. Locals say amongst those abducted is a nursing mother who had a baby strapped to her back. They were said to be going to their farms when the incident occurred. The locals say they are yet to get any information on the whereabouts of the victims, particularly women and children among them. But they say the incident has been reported to the police. Back to Lagos State, where the government has released guidelines for the resumption of public and private schools. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Education, Folashade Adefisayo, says only JSS 3 and SS2 students in public schools will be allowed to resume on Monday, 21st of September. The Commissioner says the plan is to enable public schools meet COVID-19 social distancing rules and other safety protocols and help the students prepare well for the examinations. Only primary and secondary private schools are allowed to resume on Monday, September 21. But government struggling recommends that school owners should put safety measures above all other interests. The Commissioner emphasized that pre-primary classes in both public and private schools will remain closed until further announcements are made by the government. And that's it on the news updates for today on Wake Up Nigeria. All right, you're welcome again to the kitchen. And right now, the food is actually being served. And for those who like a glass of wine with your meal, it does look like Chef Cherish has you covered this morning for your breakfast. But quickly, let's take a look at the ingredients. I know some people are just tuning in. You probably missed when we were talking about the ingredients earlier. Now is a good time to check it out on your screen. This morning, we prepared Irish potato pottage, turkey mince, that is, and we made use of onion, turkey, carrots, lettuce, dry fish, Irish potato, cabbage, scent leaf, seasonings, fresh pepper, and of course, vegetable oil. So those were the ingredients we made use of this morning. And here we go. Take a look at this. We can't wait till the end of the show to actually dive into this. It looks delicious, and I can be very sure it's going to be very tasty as well. Well, talking about tasty, I see a lovely looking lady with Mazino right now. Mazino, what's going on?
Oh, sorry, I was carried away with what was being served there. Do we have wine in the kitchen? Oh my word, what am I doing on the couch? But we know what I'm doing on the couch. But of course, yes, we do have someone very lovely with us here today. On SME Today, we have Folake Kehinde, a lady who uses photography to help brands propel their products in a new light. Now, she's joined us today to share the inspiration behind this career path as she lets us in on the tools she uses in making these beautiful images. Folake, we're going to take a first off, good morning and welcome. Good to have you here. I'll tell them about the small, short history we have. But first, let's take a look at this very small video, very short video, and we'll be right back to get into the meat of that discussion. We like to always talk to people who have small businesses, burgeoning businesses, and find out exactly how they got started and how they can help other people do so as well. And you have a small business that is all over the place on social media, and that's why I want to talk to you today. First of all, welcome once again. Good to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
When I saw you this morning, I said, you look familiar.
Yes.
Didn't I?
Yes, you did. You said so.
I'll tell you guys exactly how come she looks very familiar when we get to that part of the discussion. But tell us about you and your small business. What is it exactly you do?
Okay, my name is Folake Kende. My name on Instagram, on social media is Folake Aya Akane.
Aha.
That's my name. What I do basically is that I help small and medium business owner help increase or make sales on social media by providing them with props, gadgets, lights, equipment, basically tools that they need to make their product presentation enticing and irresistible to their own target audience. Because on social media, we feed with our eyes.
Yes.
We can't basically come to your house and check your product out. It's what you upload, we will see, fall in love with, and definitely make purchases. So that's where I come in. I help you with gadgets, background, and everything to just, in my own terms, to make you blue.
Make you and that's exactly how I met Folake the first time. Actually, I went as far as giving you a call because I wanted to get something to help enhance my social media endeavors, and that was supposed to be a lapel mic. And these are one of the things that you sell. You help people to actually blow their little enterprises. Now, for you, how far has your small business grown over the past few months, years?
Well, I've been in business for 3 years. The first year was a little bit rough because I didn't understand what I needed to do.
Okay.
So I went back to the drawing board and I looked at it that, yes, it is a small business, but it should have a global mindset. So basically, I check other pages, foreign pages. I noticed that their picture quality comes out really nice.
Oh.
It makes us buy what we do not need because when the picture and the video comes up, it looks so beautiful and you begin to buy 10, 20 pieces. When you bring it to me, you're like, I don't need it. So I thought of it, what do I need to make it beautiful, to make my pictures appealing to my own target audience? So I went into the market, I saw so many cameras, so many things, and the price range,
they can be very expensive.
Really expensive. So I thought of it, what do I need to do? There should be another way out. Then I remember that I had my phone, which is a Samsung phone, and I took a picture. I've been struggling with a particular product for months. I couldn't sell it. No matter how much I dramatized, I couldn't sell it. So I took a beautiful picture along with my props, that's my background, flower, and I uploaded it instantly.
You got buyers.
I got buyers, and I'm wondering, are you joking?
What did I do right?
So you're telling me that my pictures will make me sell? Because when I use foreign pictures, people tend to ask me, are you a fraudster? Can I see the original picture? Then I now go into my corner, I look for one background, I just take a picture and upload. You know, when you upload it and it's not so appealing, they begin to tell you, this thing you say is 6,000, with this your picture, I'll pay 1.5. But when I started using my Samsung phone along with my props and background, something worth 4,000, people are willing to pay 7,000 for.
Wow.
Because the picture, is this the picture? Say, yes. Is this what I'm going to get? And I said, yeah, this is what you're going to get.
So you're saying that is the very phone that you use?
Yes, Samsung phone.
And what is that exactly?
It's a Samsung Galaxy A51.
A51.
Yes, that's what I use.
And that's moderately priced for anyone out there, actually.
For anyone out there, because I tell people, most people will tell you, I need a photographer, I need this. You don't need, if you're a small business, because, you know, we work with tight budgets. We are not as buoyant as other big established brands and businesses. So you need something that is pocket-friendly, something that the processing time is fantastic, something that has a large storage, because we take a lot of pictures and make a lot of videos, because we are not like other people the others that own a DSLR, whereby they have to edit. I tell people, you can't be a business owner on Instagram or social media and you are thinking of how to edit for months, getting gadgets. No, I have 500 products to upload and I've collected loan from the bank. I don't have that time. What I need is something that will do it sharp. So the best thing for me was to get a Samsung A series. Galaxy A51 worked for me. Immediately I put my product on my props, that's my background. There's a background we call PVC. Put my flowers, put this on a tripod or lift it up and take a shot instantly. Immediately you take a shot, you edit it, just little time, upload it. Now you go see money wrong.
Now that editing you're talking about is all done inside of your
Yes.
phone, so you don't need an external drive or external equipment to do all of that
Maybe
editing.
if you have 2 pieces of goods, you can use external apps.
Okay.
But I have 500, I have 1,000 pieces. I have collected loan.
Yeah.
I need to sell.
We need the money to come sharp.
No. I just take a picture, edit it, a little contrast, right? Upload.
It's very interesting to see Folakemi here because this is the same personality she has on social media each time she's trying to sell her goods. And that was actually what attracted me to your page. And also the use of social media is a big influence when it comes to trying to get these things out there and get buyers. You've used it very effectively, and that is actually why you're here. So what advice for people who are out there who want to use this medium to be able to sell goods?
Well, the first thing, to sell on Instagram, I've noticed that you need just 5 skills.
Okay.
5 skills, yes, you can outsource it, but it's a lot of money to outsource. The first one is photography skills. Okay. The second one is videography skills, not technical terms, not the technical part of it. Just basic. Just basic. You need sales, you need advertising, you need marketing as well as customer service. Okay. With these 5 skills, go and price house in Tama. You are going to be very okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So if I'm a small business person who's starting, and maybe let's say I'm trying to sell mugs, for instance, how do I get started step by step? This is my first one. Yeah. What do I do, and where do I go? Where would this end up, and how much customers do you think I can get for this green mug that everybody has come to know as Mazino's mug on Wake Up Nigeria?
Well, the first thing you need to do is to get a Samsung phone. Why do I say Samsung? There's something about I don't want to go into technicalities because I am a business owner. I'm not the professional photographer. I'm a businesswoman. Is that he has high megapixel. Okay. Because the idea to sell is for me to, my before should be, there shouldn't be any difference with my after. Okay. You know, by the time you upload this on Instagram, it should be the same thing.
As close to the original as possible. You're not fraudulently selling something that is not.
That is not.
What I ordered versus what I got.
Yes. So because most phones, by the time you take a picture, you start looking like a ghost. Because the megapixel is not fantastic enough. But when it comes to Samsung for me, all I have to do, that mug that you have there, even though I would have loved you to hold it because it's called lifestyle shot, I want you to use it.
We can do one of those shots where I'm like,
yes.
You know, my on-looking game is like that, you know.
Yes.
Everybody looking at me now like, oh. You know.
So the first thing I need to do, because I'm supposed to use a tripod, but there's one function on my Samsung.
Real life instance type shot.
Super steady. I turn it on. It's on, so I can take a shot.
Am I looking good?
Yes, you are.
Are you sure?
Yes.
My tie, is it straight?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
then I make a video too, if I want to.
Okay, you're not done.
Yes, please, can you take a sip gently?
Okay, like a sip. I'm really like.
Yes, take a sip.
Okay, there we go.
Then take a sip.
A sip, a sip. Was that good?
Yes, it was.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Are you done? I want to see this thing.
I'm done.
My empty cup, by the way.
So this is what it looks like. Even without editing.
Hang on a second. Can we get that? Can we see that? I hope we can. Even without editing, I look amazing. I mean, I could pass for Nollywood. Who's coughing in the background? Will you stop? Okay. Wow, that's great. But you have so much here. You look like Santa Claus. What's all this around you? Are you leaving with them?
No, I'm not leaving. It's for everybody in the studio. I brought gifts for everybody.
Oh, wow.
First is a selfie stick. Oh. Why do you need a selfie? It's a tripod as well as a selfie stick. So this is why I'm giving this to the guys, because that's what they need basically. Nice. So when they go out, you know, creativity can just come anywhere. So you use your tripod stand. It is a tripod as well as a selfie stick.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, just clamp your phone to it.
Oh, that is great. It's just beautiful, and I'm sure you have plenty more inside of there and all of that.
Because we need lights. We need it.
One of those lighty things.
Yes, it comes with lights. It's a selfie ring light.
Okay. Well,
yes,
I'll let the ladies come and get theirs. This one I'm gonna keep for myself and all. But for like, it's fantastic to have you on the show. Thank you very much. You're such a wonderful personality, and it's grand that you're also helping other people by telling them and helping them push their products by telling them exactly what they need to be able to do that. Grand to have you here on Wake Up Nigeria. Looking forward to seeing you back again, and I'm gonna put this to good use. And if you're out there, you better as well. Your business can boom only if you use the right stuff. And she'll help you out. Your Instagram page is what?
Folake Aya Akoni.
Folake Aya Akoni. So now you know. It's still great stuff here inside of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Appeal. Stay tuned. We've got more to come.
Welcome back. Now we've finally been joined by the talented actor who fell in love with music and acting by the age of 9. Now, in case you didn't know, Efa Ewara is also a rapper and a storyteller. Now, he joins us this morning.
Well, hey, Efa, hi, good morning. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
There you are. How you been, man? Been a while, hasn't it?
It's been too long, Mazin. It's been too long. You've been hiding.
As in, you're looking so chilling, so laid back. I can still remember the hustle days, oh. You were not this chilling then.
At all.
You had some sunburn in some places.
My darling. see. My darling, the sunburn will never go away. The hustle will never go away. It's just life, and we thank God.
Wow. Well, we got many questions for you today, Efa. And it also helps that we are personal buddies and stuff like that. So let me go all in. First off, Efa, you've been acting and rapping and singing since a very young age. You got into theater, if I remember, first before anything else. Now, you're a known rapper, and also your endeavors into movies seems to have taken over everything else. So which one are you now? Stage actor, musician, what are you?
I'm an entertainment polygamist, if that makes any sense.
Wow.
I'm stuck with 2 wives, to be fair, because I mean, I do love music. I still make music. I just don't put it out. And I make movies. But the truth is, it's kind of like, think about it like Will Smith. Will Smith was making music, and then he went bankrupt, and then Fresh Prince happened. You know, and he hasn't looked back ever since. So I mean, I still make music, but I mean, Mazino, when I see you, I play. Titi, when I see you, I play.
Yeah.
Tokwe is my very good friend. She's heard like my last 3 recordings, you know. So for me, it's more for the love than anything else.
You know, they also call you the triple threat, you know. And there's a reason for that. They you know, but
yes.
But there have been some challenging times. We always try and make it look all rosy and everything. What's been the most challenging part for you, especially in the past 1 year? You know, COVID and everything that happened. How were you faring through the lockdown?
To be fair, I actually did have a TVC interview just at the beginning of the lockdown, and we talked about this. But I have been fortunate to, I mean, apart from having God and having family to support, I was more worried about losing friends than losing money, if anything. I was more worried about people's health, my parents, you know, not being able to see my nephews and my nieces for a while. That's what for me was more worrisome than work and all those things. But luckily, I mean, since the lockdown has been lifted, I've been blessed to find work and do some amazing projects. So yeah, we're just grateful.
Okay, so Efa, in your movies, you play so well the battered boyfriend or husband. you play it so well, like it's almost like as if it's happened to you through your life. I don't know if this is so. If it's something that it has, huh? Well, but then
it has.
Are you scared of also getting stereotyped into that role permanently for the rest of your movie history? Don't get me wrong, you are very good at it. but stereotyping, don't you fear this?
No, because I have made a deliberate attempt to constantly switch up my roles, and I'll explain. My breakthrough role was, I believe, rumor has it, for Ndani. So it was early 2018, where I played this not jilted boyfriend, but jilted lover who has psychopathic tendencies. And then I went on to play Ajoche, but the twist with Ajoche was he went from being a timid, stammering young boy into this Hitler, Idi Amin style tyrant.
Yeah.
You know, but he was still a jilted lover, no doubt. But his backbone was different. And then of course there's the men's club, you know, where I did play someone who was jilted as well. But there's this new movie coming out, this lady called Life, and it's almost like a different dynamic. You know, what I do on a few other projects that I wouldn't like to mention coming out really soon are very different. Okay. One of them is King of Boys 2, another one is Rattlesnake. But all these things have different characters. Okay. But most especially this lady called Life. This lady called Life is something else. The character she's totally different.
Can't wait to see it.
I can see the ensemble there. There's quite a lot of, you know, interesting people in it. But when it comes to storytelling, where does your storytelling skills come into your life right now? And are you writing anything new?
So yeah, I am writing new music. Some of them, I mean, because I'm a rapper, most of my stuff turns out to be stories, you know. But I wouldn't lie, and Mazino would probably understand this because, you know, he used to be on radio. Yeah. But the sound has changed.
Yes, it has.
You know, music has changed, and then you find yourself in a position where you're like, yeah, I love Nas, I love that whole style of rap, but do I want to be a Nas or do I want to be a Drake?
I'll tell you something about. I'll tell you something about what you've just said. The fact is that when you say music has changed over the past few, especially the past 12 months, there's a small fact that people or music is becoming a bit more conscious now, and everybody's going back to the drawing board to make sure that their music reflects people's realities of the day. So jolly music might be taking a back seat very soon. Is that going to happen to your kind of music as well?
So this is the fun part. I've been making conscious music for a decade, and it only catered to a small audience. I do believe that conscious music will come more to the forefront. But what I'm worried about is, it's sad to say this, but people's attention span has kind of like reduced.
Yeah.
So before you'd have a Kanye West song that was 8 minutes. Or 6 minutes, because you're changing the instrumental and trying to be super creative and adding different elements. And, you know, I had a song where each verse was a different kind of beat, you know, trying to tell. Nowadays, you have songs that are like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, because people just want to, it's the internet age, you know, so it's a bit dicey. I feel just have fun, make music that makes you happy, and tell stories when you can. If you don't want to bore people and you're going to the party to dance, give them dance music. But if you want them to listen at home to your music, then of course give them strong, sensible lyrics. So I feel like be able to be both. So don't be Nas or Drake. You could be Nas and Drake at the same time.
Nice. Wow. And that's Effa for you. Well, Effa, thank you very much. We appreciate that you can spend time with us this early morning. We know we took it out of your schedule, but hey, what are friends for except for inconvenience?
But the most important thing for me is you guys need to watch this lady called Life. October 9th in the cinemas is going to be amazing.
All right, great.
October 9th.
We're keeping that. We're keeping that a date then.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Effa. It's a good one. I can't wait to hang out with you again. All right, then.
All right, guys. Have fun.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
So, what do you think's been happening in the kitchen?
Yes, so my stomach has been rumbling, actually. But I wanted to say I'm kind of thankful that cinemas are eventually about to, you know, open. Well, I don't know, have they opened yet?
Not in Lagos, but they will be opening very, very soon because other states have opened already. Looky here. What's happening?
Welcome to the kitchen, Coach. Woo. Yes, Chef Cherish has been pretty busy. And today's breakfast is Irish potato pottage with turkey mince. Okay, so that's what the breakfast is. So we're going. And wine, yes, a glass of wine, celebrating Titi's return. So you do the honors.
Oh, really?
There you go.
It's been such a while since I did this. Thank you. Mike has been helping me throughout, but it's fine. All right, so Chef Cherish, is your first time on the show.
Yeah.
And we're tasting this for the first time.
Please tell us more about this while she tries your meal. Please tell us more about the food.
Okay. It's a headful meal.
Okay.
And the Irish potato. Carrots.
Chicken. Rather turkey.
Yeah, sorry.
What's that spice I'm tasting? I'm tasting a spice, a particular spice.
Pepper. That's the
no,
spice.
I think it's the leaves.
Okay, you
scent
have the
leaves.
scent leaves.
Scent leaves,
Beautiful.
yes.
Amazing stuff.
Then you have cabbage. Then the cabbage is to blend the flavor of the Irish
So it's
potato.
best to eat it with the...
Best to eat it with it.
So that's why it's
So
left
it will make
raw.
it crunchy.
You know, some people would have soaked this in hot water and stuff. There was no need for that.
There's no need for that.
Exactly.
So it will make it crunchy.
Thank you so much. So
Really
did you
nice.
like it?
I'm sure she did.
I love it.
Could
I
you
love
look at her
it.
face?
It's very nice. It's very nice.
Well,
It is
Chef
very
Cherish, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And welcome back, Titi. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home. We're going to finish this all up today.
A big
Catch
shout
you
out
guys
to our
tomorrow.
friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories and supporting us for this past 3 years. We appreciate you. We have so much in store for the rest of the week, guys. And yes, I'm back.
Yes, she's back. Thank you very much, everybody. And have a great week ahead. You started it right. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.